Yo, what up guys, beside it here, this is the champion guide for a Lizardman faction champion called Pythion, who was released into Raid Shadow Legends through a fusion. Yes, we obtained this champion for free if you're playing the game by that time by doing events and tournaments. But if you're just pulling this champion from shards, in this video I'm going to be showing you how I use him in Raid and how I built him and all that good stuff. The first thing you should know about this champion, he's a support based champion. That means he's there to do revives, healing, cleansing for your team. So it's not a damage dealer at all. And I like this type of champions in Raid because you can build them tanky. They are hard to kill, but they can sustain your damage dealers or other players in the team. The first thing I'll tell you about his skill is that on his A1 he does a little bit of healing. It's not a big heal, but it does heal a little bit. It kind of makes him sometimes hard to kill when he's the only one sustaining, because he just keeps hitting with this A1 and keeps healing himself almost back to full HP. It's a 5% heal right there. With Masteries, this heal might be higher. It is based on 5% of his max HP per hit, and he hits 2 times, so that's like a 10% heal. Plus Masteries is going to give this champion some healing, or the other ally some healing. Heals the ally with the lowest HP, not just himself. Anybody who has the lowest HP will get that healing a little bit added to their HP. So that's a useful A1. It's not useless. If you put counter attack masteries on this champion, that A1 goes crazy. Healing, healing, healing. It's not reliable as a main source of healing, but it can help your other ways of healing. Now, this is the skill that this champion might be most known for most players in Raid. We are going to be using him in content like the Hydra or PvP. He's going to remove all debuffs from all your allies. That means anything that the enemies have placed on them, decrease defense, weaken, sleep, as long as it's not a protected debuff that cannot be removed, he's going to cleanse it, a full team cleanse. And we love to see that in Raid on a 3-turn cooldown. Is extremely useful, and it's going to happen a lot. And when your allies don't have debuffs on them, they're kind of hard to kill and easier to keep alive. He also heals them by 10% of their max HP, not his own HP now. Heals each ally by an extra 5% of their max HP for each debuff removed. So if he has debuffs removed from them, they'll get more healing from them. Again, not a sustainable way of healing your team, but can help a little bit with your other healers that you have in the team right here. So it also places a block debuff buff on all allies for 2 turns. Now this is where most early game players might need him, because block debuff buff for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown is what you need to stop the clan boss from placing stun on you or placing all those debuffs on you. So if you're new to Raid, you might feature Pythion in your clan boss team as that champion that plays block and debuff buff on all your allies, to make sure you do not get that clan boss stun or his other debuff slow speed that's going to make your tune fail. So Pythion is used in the early game for that purpose. Check out his masteries on Head's website. When we talk about the mastery, you'll see that it's totally different from an end game mastery. If you're going to use this champion in your team for this purpose of a block debuff buff, make sure you use the proper masteries on him for that purpose. No turn meter boosting mastery. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, that's the main thing that newer players will use it for, why endgame players will prefer this debuff cleanse than this block debuff buff. It's still useful when you have it on your teams in Hydra, in PvP. They can't be debuffed except some debuff that still go through this block debuff buff, which is kind of annoying. All right, now this is another thing that you need him for: revive. Revive, a full team revive. He revives all dead allies with 50% HP and 50% turn meter, then places strengthen buff on them, which will make them even harder to kill. And when you spend books on it, it will be on a 4-turn cooldown when booked. So it's kind of hard to come around. That's what I'm trying to say. But if you're paying with some other reviver, he's always paired with maybe Duchess or paired with Mighty Uko or other revivers. They just keep reviving each other, even with Arbiter. So you might need another reviver along with him if this is on a long time and it's not coming around for you to use it again often. So that's his main skill right here. His A2, his A3, and of course his A1. He does have an amazing passive which increases the damage, or allies receive 5% less damage from skills for each buff on them. Stacks up to 25%. So if you have more buffs on you, that's the less damage you take from the enemy. So that's it right there. 5% less damage from skills for each buff. That means if you have 4 buffs on you, that's 20% less damage that you can take from the damage that the enemies are trying to do to you. That's why they call him a mini Duchess, because Duchess also have a similar passive where just her presence in the team will make sure that you take a percentage less damage from the enemy's hits. So that's why his best is known as a mini Duchess, not just because of the revive or the buffs, which is kind of similar to a Duchess. That's what we called him, a mini Duchess, when he came out newly in the game. So he's still known as that. You will use this aura. This is not one of those useless aura. If you're building this champion for a go second team, you probably use him in the leader slot, boosting your ally resist in all battles, not just arena, not just Hydra. Everywhere you use this champion in the leader slot, you have your resistance boosted and extra right here. So this champion, lizard men, almost look like a demon spawn faction if in terms of character design, but it has no fiery flame or anything. He does have a tail though, right here at the bottom. You can see his tail behind him. You can see it right here. So that's what makes him a lizard man. That's not just one tail though, that's three. His tail is split. This is the first time I'm actually seeing it. And from behind, you can't really see it, right? Okay, you can see it. That's a split tail. Awesome character design. And the horns, again, is not just one horn, but 4 horns right here. So that's Pythion, an amazing legendary champion in raid. If you get this champion, you survive longer. In general content, it's time for us to go into my champion build and show you how I built this champion. Remember, this is not the only way to build him. You can have different ways to build him. This is how I use him in my game, and this is why I put stoneskin set on him. Is the set I decided to go with. Basically this stoneskin set is basically for arena. So if you see people putting stoneskin on Pythion, is because they want to use him more in the arena and less in PVE. Now if you're a champion who is trying to build basically beat Hydra or clan boss, demon lord, you do not need stoneskin on those content, right? It's obvious. Stoneskin is basically for arena, where you do not want to lose the opportunity of getting killed by the enemy in the first turn. You want to survive their hit at least at that first time and then cleanse everybody. So that's why I built him in stoneskin set. I'm trying to put that disclaimer first of all because it's not the only best set for him. I've seen him being used. The second best set I think will be protection, because the amount of buffs he puts out right here can be stolen by the enemies or cleansed or removed. So protection is another thing that some people put on him. 4-piece, 6-piece, or even 9-piece protection if you want to boost it to 75% chance of being protected right here. This is the one I thought about if I was going to build this champion specifically for the Hydra. I'll put him in protection set. And a champion like this who is doing cleanse and revive, a set that will also be good for him. Relentless set. If you're new to raid, you don't have all the big set that I'm talking about, you probably want to just go this one that you can farm from the faction wars, right? So that's an HP and defense as a basic beginner set. This champion is not one that wants to go slow. So early game players who are lucky enough to get him, triple speed set, he does not need accuracy. He just read out all his skills. He doesn't need accuracy, so I wouldn't recommend you go accuracy as a beginner set or even perception. No, do not go perception on this set. He does not deal with accuracy at all. I don't even want to see accuracy banner on this champion for your stats. So that's the beginner set that I'll recommend right here. Speed, resilience, and for endgame players, you can go crazy as your heart desires. Untouchable, more resistance, guardian, so you can take more damage from your allies. Which other one that I'm looking at might be viable for this champion? Bolster, because high HP. This champion heals based on his HP from that A1, right? So HP bolster set, more another what do you call it now, buff that the enemies cannot remove, right? Which will even boost to reduce the damage your allies take. Bolster set is also a viable one for him because he's built with high HP. A champion who doesn't need accuracy, what else are you going to do with all that stats? Put it into resistance and other stats like HP or defense. So that's what I would recommend right here. And for me, the best one that I'm looking forward to for PvP is going to be stoneskin. If you do not have good stoneskin, I'll give you alternate one. So with that out of the way, let me show you the stats. If you don't even want to go with particular stats, you can go with broken set. This champion will do well in broken set also. And of course, you see my stat that I'm looking for speed. I told you this is not a slow champion. I'm looking for speed, HP, and resistance. So I found it on this artifact right here. What is this doing? All this attack, 90% attack. This, I have to change this. This is not good, but I got HP and resistance out of it. I probably could get something better that has speed. and HP and resistance. That's what I'm looking for. And then resistance, HP, and I got it right, and speed this time around. On the glove, he has HP glove and defense percentage right here. A little bit of HP. No crit rate required on this champion. No crit damage required on this champion. He's not a damage dealer. More speed, resistance on the chest because I have enough HP by now. And then defense, crit rate again. And then for the boots, if you want him very, very fast, of course, you always have to go speed boots. And if you want him slow for some reason, you just go defense or HP on the boots. But I don't want him too slow. I want him to be doing the revive and the cleanses a lot in battle. So relentless might be useful in this champion for some content. So, and then for the ring, HP substats and defense substats, HP on the amulet, resistance substats, defense substat, and of course resistance again. So you can see me going a lot of resistances because I do not want this champion stone skin to be removed except by dedicated debuffers who would remove it with even increased accuracy. So total stats you're looking at this champion, for me, I went with high HP, 80 over 80k HP right here, which means his A1 is going to be doing a lot of healing for him at least. And then defense, I tried to hit 4k, but I fell short. I could just sacrifice a little bit of that HP to 7,500 HP and then get 4k defense. Maybe I'll do that. But that's defense right here. And then for speed, you can see 200 speed is the minimum, bare minimum you need for a mid to end game Pythion. But if you can't meet those numbers, I went way and above because I want to use him in the Hydra. And Hydra, you don't 200 speed is not going to help with brutal. So I wanted him to be able to help me in the Hydra with the same build. Stone skin is not going to use for the Hydra, but I'm going to use this champion in one of my teams maybe. And then no crit rate, no crit damage requirement. Resistance, that's where all my resources went into because I don't need accuracy right here. So that's 564 resistance, which might be enough to not get debuffed in the Hydra. Yes, that means his buff will not be stolen from him in the Hydra at least. So that's his total stat. For Masteries, you have two ways of going. For Arena Masteries, I see some people going towards this timely intervention, and then for other people who need him for as a high resistance champion for other content, you might want to also go unshakable. So you either go timely intervention or you go unshakable. You decide, what do you want, more resistance or his opportunity to even come back to his turn again and do more healing and revives. So basically this is for those players who want him to do more cleansing, revive. I don't want him to take damage. I want him to not be debuffed. That's why I went towards this way. For early game players who are building this champion for Arena, of course, you always want to go with War Master. Don't listen to anything that we're saying. Check out a hate website. Like I said, he has offense mastery for those using this champion for early game clan boss as a block debuff buff champion right here. All right, now that we've seen his masteries, his skills, and for blessings, of course, you want to always go with Brimstone for a champion like this. That's the blessing I would recommend. For some people using him for the Arena, maybe Polymorph, but for PVE content, Brimstone is the best one for Hydra, dungeons, and all that. For PvP, Polymorph will be the way to go. It adds a little bit of defense, HP resistance, those stats that you actually need, plus the ship debuff right here for those players who are trying to hit him. All right, it's time for us to test Pythion in some battle, and the first place I'm going to take this champion to is going to be the Arena because that's where I built him for, and he's going to go in a go second team. Hopefully I don't get nuked, and I put together a team like this. All right, this is my go second team. Normally I put Duchess in that leader slot, right? But in this case, since he's kind of a mini Duchess or a second Duchess, let me just see what he can do instead of Duchess in that position. Yes, we are protected. The enemies will try to nuke us and all that. Since he's in a stone skin, he's gonna survive all that. If they put a bunch of debuffs on us and all that, we'll just simply go in there and cleanse it, and we are good to go. So now with all this block debuff buff on us, they can't place debuff on us anymore, and it's time for us to start taking them down. I'm gonna start taking them down from the first champion, who is gonna be the Arbiter. That's the biggest threat. And after Arbiter, I forgot that she had another option like a reviver who is going to bring her back to life right here. All right, hopefully Pythion can keep us alive while Rutos tries to nuke us down, but it's time for me to start nuking them down. But Arbiter is probably going to revive. Let's clear some threats though. My A1s. Oh, Abita did not even do a revive. I thought she was going to bring them back to life. Now, if I do on auto, let me see what Python will do. Will he use this revive or will he use his A1? Auto. Okay, used the A1, which is nice. I thought he was going to just waste the revive. He's also being protected by Necrit, which is nice. All right, it's time for us to kill this Abita before she does a revive again. I'm going to run about 2 battles. A1s. He is healing the lowest champion with the lowest HP. Ha, there goes the revive. All right, so let's take down she first, then Abita. $10,000 heals. That's what I just saw right there. That's a lot of healing. Whoa, I almost died. All right, now we are not in danger anymore. He lost a little bit more. And finally, the battle is over. A go second team like this, it's not a loss. It's not a short battle. You already know it's going to take you a while, especially the fact that I came with a single target damage dealer. So it's not going to be a short battle. It's going to be a long one. Let me go against a team that has a bunch of freeze and all that. But instead of this champion, I'll go with let me go with this team. See if I can debuff them and then bomb them. See if Duchess will even let me do it. All right. Now we have stun, provoke, a bunch of stuff on us. We'll just go in there and cleanse it. That's what it's here for. Making sure that your team is good to go for their turn. And I'm going to place... I can't do anything to them. All right. Nice. That's what we want to see. And then going for the bombs. Duchess survived the bombs. Can we take down Duchess so she doesn't do the revive? Can I provoke her? I don't think I have enough accuracy. Nope, resisted. But that's the plan right here, to make sure. Okay, what am I going to do? A1s. The win condition right here is only bombs I came with. Protect my bomber. I'm waiting for my bombs to come around again. This is going to be a longer fight if I don't have my bombs. From Lord Shazar. Any damage dealer you want, single target. I thought about using this HP based AoE nuker, who everybody has, for my second battle. And there we go. The bomb champion is dead. But I have a reviver. I have 2 revivers. And that's the first reviver. Is he gonna get nuked again? Come on. Cleanse. Get revived again. So it's gonna be almost an endless battle with 2 revivers in the team. Let me see. Let me just place bombs on them again and it's going to be a done deal. But Duchess is not going to let me do it. I'll hold on to my bombs until they don't have these buffs on them. We're dead again. This is going to be a long battle. Do I just keep this one out? Well, our revive is not available yet. Revive. Okay. We got provoked. I thought he has high resist. How come he got stunned? Well, I think that's from his stun set. You cannot resist that. And we lost that battle. But it was a good run though. We didn't die easily at least. I shouldn't have brought, what's his name? The turtle. He didn't help in that battle at all. So the next content I'm going to showcase this champion in is going to be the Hydra, because that's one place that a lot of people will be using him, whether for Demon Lord clan boss or for Hydra clan boss. I'll just show the team, not really run the battle, but that will be a team like this. There's always a slot for in the Hydra for somebody who wants to do a full team cleanse for you or wants to do a revive. In this case, my main source of reviving, because people will go down or most likely die in this Hydra battle, my main source of reviving will be this Pythion. So that's what is here for in my team, and maybe block some of the debuffs that the enemy is trying to place on us. Since he is not as good as a dodgers in terms of putting their perfect veil on you, right? That's why I brought in a Shimel to make sure that we don't get that fear on us from that heads that is always trying to fear us. So that will be a team like you want to run along, whether it's for Hydra normal or Hydra hard or even Hydra brutal. Depends on the content you're trying to beat at that time. So he's not currently in my Hydra team, but if I wanted to run him, it would be a team like that. Let me know in the comments how you built your Pythion. He is a straightforward champion to build because he doesn't require a lot of stats. He doesn't require too much. All he needs is high HP, high defense, maybe high resistance, optional. As long as he's able to go first or survive the first hit of the enemy, he's going to cleanse all the debuff that your allies have on them before they can now go second and freely take their turn. That's what he's there for. That's why he's in a stone skin for me. If you're going to use this champion in other content, use the appropriate set, not just stone skin for other content. All right, I hope to test this champion out a lot more in 3v3 arena, especially along with Mighty Uko or a Duchess or other champion who will just be reviving each other, or my damage dealer will most likely be Motu Mokab when I'm running a champion like this. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below which champion you want me to do a champion guide on or a showcase next. Later, guys.